Holder has the power. Holder looked at Gohmert, pointed his finger at him, and got away from the fake nice guy act. And literally, you can see Gohmert. And look, Gohmert's tough. Gohmert knows he's got a literal dragon demon sitting in front of him with untold blood of people on its hands who will do anything. What do you do in the face of that? You draw your sword, you charge politically. And when they shut off a new Oklahoma City, our people will be there this time, and we'll have the video, and we'll blow your operation like we did the Boston bombing fiasco. And no amount of, paramilitary guys you get dressed up in SWAT team outfits running around who don't even know what planet they're on is going to save your operation. It's the thinkers in this world that count. You need to understand that. This is history happening. So you're going to see more and more of this, folks. And as things get worse and worse, they cannot allow freedom on the internet. They cannot allow free speech for their system to go through. They have to exterminate the light. They have to exterminate the liberty. They have to exterminate the freedom because they can't exist in a world that has that. That's why they're coming for you. You think you're just going to sit out of the game? I'm going to skip this network break. You think you're going to sit out of the game? You think you're just going to sit on the sidelines? That's the most dangerous place to be. You want to be in the arena, full charge, 110% going at it. Commit to it, let the fear pass through you, and you're done. We're done. We're committed. You want to create an Alamo in Nevada? Do it. You want to create an Alamo right here in Austin? Do it. Want to strike me down? Do it. You want to shut me up? Do it. Not scared. Understand, I don't lose when you do it. I win. I'll be quite frank with you. It's not the kind of victory I want. My flesh does not want it. My spirit's willing, though. And my spirit runs my body. It's in control, and you can't have it. You can't get at it. It doesn't belong to you. And I see you, I know you, and I will not stand here while you run amok amongst the innocent. The giant that is human liberty and compassion and creativity and honor is rising to meet the Leviathan threat of evil. Sir Isaac Newton, for every action there's an opposite, an equal reaction. Or equal and opposite reaction. You are that reaction. You are what God formed you to be in your womb of your mother. Predestined if you took it in your hands, the free will to become predestined. That gift is already there if you take it in your hands. Or do you take the predestined will of your father, the devil? That's a big question. Holder tried to rise up and intimidate people, but you can see the fear in his eyes. The fear of knowing that there is no stopping liberty. There is no stopping justice. There is no stopping humanity's life force. If we take the destiny God has offered us in free will and say, we want to be good, we want to be honorable, we want to be loving, we want to be strong, we want to be true blue, we want to be real. We want a society based on productivity and truth, not one on lies. I'm going to Paul Watson. But you talk about productivity and lies, and we're going to be getting into it coming up in the next hour with the farmer, the rancher. There's an article out today about record high beef prices, the highest they've ever been. And there's nothing in the article, we'll put it up on screen, about why record beef prices or why people aren't producing beef. Because they bought up and used the government to shut down all the small, good meat packing facilities, almost all of them. The LA Times reports. They shut them down and only allow big agribusiness that radiates it and sprays liquid viruses on it to, quote, kill the bacteria. You can look that up, ABC News. They set up a deal with the meat packers. There's not real cattle auctions anymore. If they are, they're very rare. My family's been in the cattle business forever, and people just got out of it. I know major ranchers, some of the biggest in Texas, and they've sold their herds last year. They got out of the business. And you know why they did? Because everything was actuaried where you couldn't make a profit anymore. But record gouging and prices for the people, that's a rigged economy. Everything they did with taxes and regulations on the ranchers themselves. And then on what they could sell. They get record low when you sell the cow under record regulations. And then the meat packers and the distributors give you the highest prices ever paid in this country. We can't even produce enough beef for our country and import about a third of it now when we could supply the world with beef in 1957. We could supply the world with beef. And now we can't supply half our country with it. That's the bondage of the fraud, Eric Holder-style world. The poverty of living under mafia trash. And no one knows why, because no one knows the technicals. But don't worry, the globalists have got special deals with Brazil to bring in the beef. Now, and they'll waive the regulations that are on American producers. See, it's all set up where you can't compete, you can't survive, roll over, go on welfare, and die. And if you try to run your cattle on public land that we've been doing for hundreds of years, well, here come 250 armed SWAT team members with drones and armored vehicles swearing they're going to kill you. That's land of the free, home of the brave. Paul Watson joins us. Paul, I wanted to get you on to get your take on this, but I know we've been saying they're going to launch a cybersecurity attack to get cybersecurity passed. They've already put it in place. General Alexander and Clapper, Kurt Nimmo wrote 3 years ago, came out and both reported that, in their own Pentagon briefings, will launch false flag attacks to get this passed. Came out in the BBC 2 weeks ago that the British government's been launching false flags to bring in internet control. We know Stuxnet was launched by the U.S. and Israel, which they then use to try to pass cybersecurity, an industrial virus, and industrial reactor systems and other programs. And now we have just something so mega massive, I don't know what to say. Major bug called Heartbleed exposes internet data. Almost every internet transaction system and the algorithm code used to encrypt it, the keys to it, which, again, the NSA developed all this or bought it. Now they're the main suspects because they stand to gain from it. They're now releasing the keys. They'll come out with a patch that's the new system, that's their surveillance grid. That's the prime projection. It's speculation by me with all the dots, but guaranteed that's it. I mean, I know that's it. And my gut says it's never been wrong. But you can see all the pieces right on time. It's an attack on the internet itself. Heartbleed bug threatens web traffic. Financial Times of London. They say it's a threat to the internet itself. Heartbleed bug undoes web encryption, reveals Yahoo passwords. This is a mega crisis in banking, just unfolding. Massive security bug, open SSL, could affect a huge chunk of the internet. It's already happening. Major governments like Canada are announcing they're suspending online transactions in government, in taxes. I mean, this is a mega crisis. I believe this is staged to get cybersecurity worldwide that's lined up to pass everywhere, to end web freedom as we know it, to bring in total surveillance. The patch will be the new mega jack into all systems, because if you have the encryption that's used system-wide, you have the internet.